Hey, welcome on back to the Deeper Dive. It is your host, Luke, and today I am super excited to talk about a bunch of different things that I have found over the last week, as well as some different thoughts that we've seen across the board from some people in the Velo community, some things they have found, some different opinions they have, some that I agree with as well. And yeah, we can get right into things. So, I did find this PDF written by the Institute for International Monetary Affairs. And you can see it's in a different language here, but we have this talk about Siam Commercial Bank and how SBC Easy uses Ripple, although we can see right here it talks about Lightnet and PromptPay. And what that says is SCB also partnered with Lightnet Group, who uses Velo, a blockchain company, to provide PromptPay users with low-cost international remittances. And PromptPay has over 21 banks, including all of the major banks in Thailand, as well as reached around 19.89 billion transactions in Thailand in 2023. So that is just wild, guys. Absolutely crazy. We have some very big connections here. And what else was interesting about this find is that while this was an old post, what we had as well was Mr. Savile Row, which we're not exactly sure who this user was, although these tweets that were made were from a very long time ago. I'm talking months upon months now. And we have Velo equals PromptPay equals QR codes equals ASEAN Rails equals Euro Rails equals no US dollars. Know what you hold. And Savile Row put a very big emphasis on how important it would be to hold Velo in this upcoming time, talking about the new 1% will be minted in the near future. So this is just some very interesting stuff, guys, considering he was talking about this before anyone had ever covered the connections where we had actual proof that this was going on. So he sort of knew, either he did his research on his own and found this and chose not to share it online, or he truly did know something. Now, getting on to this post here, we have this comment from Wide Open Truth on X, which you can go ahead and follow them. They post some very interesting comments about Velo, and I'd say they're worth following. Also, with launch of Orbit, I suspect the network will start producing operational revenue, which will be distributed to Velo holders effectively like a dividend, attracting investors even more. And I had read something along these lines, so I took the liberty of going back and finding it, and we have from Velo Protocol white paper, holding Velo tokens grants individuals a stake in the success and growth of these ventures, which we can see right here and was in the white paper. We also have this right here, which says, our unique revenue generation model sets us apart. Unlike traditional models that collect fees from infrastructure usage, we prioritize building robust partnerships and businesses around our blockchain with real sector businesses. By sharing in the revenue and profits generation of these partner enterprises, we establish a mutually beneficial relationship, driving innovation and sustaining long-term prosperity for all parties. Some of our partners in the on-off-ramp and over-the-counter infrastructure are Autonomy and Visa. So that was real interesting how he had this comment about how they will effectively have a dividend and attract more investors, as well as Velo having this comment about having an individual stake in the success and growth of these ventures. So I thought that was definitely worth noting. If you don't follow me on X, you definitely should. I post all of the content there practically, except for some stuff that I save for videos, although I know not every post is seen by everyone and read through to be fully comprehended, so that's why I come on here and break it all down. Now, I also found these Lightnet ties in a PDF from AMK Cambodia in 2020, in which they said cross-border partnership with Lightnet for inbound remittance from Thailand. And this was reviewed and endorsed by their board committees. So interestingly enough, AMK operates microfinance across 13,200 villages. So we can see that there is obviously some strong integration going on with Lightnet using Velo, and these are clear signs that Lightnet and Velo are here to stay. Okay, microfinance is practically what Velo Labs is targeting, considering they are trying to work with the unbanked. This is a huge sector, and this is a great partnership. I also found this same post the same night that I found this one, and this was a PDF by EasyPay in 2020 in which they partnered with Lightnet to facilitate inward remittance. And we can see that right here, inward remittance with Lightnet, working to bring that from Thailand to Myanmar. And we can also see over here, they have a partnership with MEB Bank, which is Myanmar Economic Bank, for cash in, cash out liquidity management and settlement for government-related payment, which has over 330 branches nationwide. So that was just crazy to see. We can see here that EasyPay has more than 2 million customers, and I'm sure that there is plenty of customers that have to send money or receive money from Thailand back here, and I think it makes sense that Lightnet integrates with these payment service providers because they have to begin establishing connections one at a time for use cases, as well as growing their network in terms of reasonable expectation. They can't just partner with everyone all at once and be able to provide all of the transactions all at once. They have to work up to it. So it makes sense that this partnership was in 2020. And I'm sure since then, there's a lot of partnerships that we don't know about that are soon to be released that will be very interesting regarding these types of topics. Now, I also wanted to talk about this post, which was by Velo Labs officially in January of 2020, where they said, we will also be launching Velo Virtual Asset, which will democratize real estate investing through tokenization of real estate using Velo tokens and technology. So understanding that they are going to work on tokenizing real estate here. Now, I had also found this a while back about Velo Protocol and Enery blockchain. And they said, at the core of Enery's offerings is EneryDB, a flagship solution that brings a secure, cost-effective, and immutable approach to database management. It ensures that control over private information remains firmly in the hands of users and enterprises, marking a significant leap forward in redefining data management in the digital age. And so we can click onto Enery's page here, which this is from their webpage, but we can see that they have real estate tokenization under one of the things, and it says a foolproof ledger of property ownership records, where the property is digitized on the Enery ecosystem and the records cannot be tampered with. So I wonder if this is the main reason that Velo made this Enery partnership. And I am very excited to see tokenized real estate on the Velo blockchain. I think this is a huge step forward for Web 3.0 finance, including digital tokens in this tokenized real estate. I think it could be huge, especially in terms of being able to go from being invested in Velo, invested in a stablecoin, straight into a real estate project. I mean, imagine how big it could be if there was a new construction site going on for a 500-room hotel and you were able to take part in investing in that real estate before it is even made. I mean, this could be huge growth. Not only are you investing in the property, but you could be investing in the business here, as a hotel is a massive piece of property that is going to gain revenue as well and then furtherly be built on. So that is super interesting. And to add on to that, we have this post from the Securities and Futures Commissions of Hong Kong, in which we can see here the potential benefits of tokenizing real estate assets include, first, financial inclusion, because it allows for fractionalization of physical assets, so they could split up the investing into these real estate projects. So not only do we know that there is high transparency because it's on the blockchain, but they can also create privacy. And third is greater settlement efficiency and lower costs. And indeed, tokenization can potentially enable atomic settlement, which we know Velo settles within seconds. And of course, transferability is fourth, because it would be rather easy to sell your invested tokenized real estate, since it would simply take transferring a smart contract that gives you ownership. Just for example, there was also this part I wanted to highlight down here where it says, you might have heard this saying before. If you find technology disruptive, chances are you are not quite ready to embrace it. As I said in the beginning, those household consumer brands that have lost their shine serve as a stark reminder to stay relevant in this digital age, or the innovation train will just move ahead without some of us. So I thought this last line here was so important. They're blatantly telling you that this tokenized and digital future will come. I have no doubt in my mind that it will be a large sector. We are pioneers at the moment, especially with Velo. We are so ahead of our time. Hold on to your patience, folks, because this is only the beginning. You can also see they say the future is now, and this is an important time to unlock new opportunities. So I have absolutely no doubt of where we are headed. I had also made this post about this paper that Robert Townsend, an advisor for Velo Labs, and he wrote about the payment and financial infrastructure. And it says, the interest on Velo tokens can be generated by investing collateral fiat money in bonds that pay dividends in fiat currency. Okay? So they are paid dividends in fiat currency. Likewise, one could view the Lightnet system as creating real capital for infrastructure with a positive rate of return. Now, if you don't understand how big that is, imagine an economy with less inflation by significant numbers. That is what I am seeing here. Now, what I thought was that the positive rate of return while using Velo for payments would entail less inflation by easing off of demand for fiat, and as well, like it says, creating interest that pay dividends in fiat, which could be redispersed into the network. And I have these in here. If you would like to read these, you could go ahead and pause. You can see there is Professor Robert Townsend under their advisors on the Velo page. And just crazy stuff. Check out this post if you haven't already as well, connecting Alipay and a bunch of China's mobile payment market. Super exciting stuff, guys. I totally see a future where we have less inflation and a more positive economy for moving forward and growing our money instead of creating less value for our fiat by printing it whenever we need. I had also found this post in which Nishad H. from Lightnet said, good to meet our colleagues from the Bank of Central Asia in Singapore. And I just thought this was worth noting, since the Bank of Central Asia is the largest private bank in Indonesia. And just some crazy stuff. They have so many ties going. I have the utmost confidence in Lightnet and Velo, just like 2017 XRP and Ripple. They had such a crazy run. I am feeling that same exact energy from Velo and Lightnet. So let me know what you guys think of today's video. Make sure that Velo is in a cold storage. I have a link down below to a cold storage wallet that I trust. Go ahead and get one if you don't already. It's great to make sure that your Velo and other tokens are in cold storage, keeping them safe from being stolen from you. We do not want that. That would be horrible, and I'm so sorry if that has ever happened to you, but I have seen way too many people lose their crypto to scams. Keep it protected, okay? $100 cold storage is far beyond worth it than losing your bag that could potentially be worth way more than $100. So drop a like for this content. I wanted to show you guys everything that I had been talking about, including this PromptPay connection, as well as Savile Row and the tokens granting individual success in the market, and all of this other good stuff. So please drop a like and subscribe for what I have been putting out if you have enjoyed it, as well as comment down below any thoughts that you had on any of these different partnerships and projects that are being worked on, or if you think we could be headed into a much greater financial economy where we see benefits by using the money instead of having to print more. I think that's going to be one of the biggest changes for the upcoming financial future, where gold and these other assets begin to become very highly valued against fiat since we don't have to print as much. So let me know, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. It's your host, Luke, and I'll talk to you guys later.